You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy Podcast bonus episode. Emily, I have a question for you. Short of being Amish, can a family go completely screen-free? What's your opinion?
Completely screen-free? Even the parents?
Well,
I don't think you can be completely screen-free.
2 seconds in and she's nitpicking what I'm saying. You know what I mean. Mostly screen-free, like...
You mean like basically what we do?
In today's society, does it make sense for a family to go screen-free?
Yes. Actually, we aren't screen-free. We let our kids watch a couple things on Friday nights, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's really it. So I don't feel like it would be the biggest deal to give it up. It would hurt our older son's feelings because he really loves that.
Yeah.
But he's really the reason that we very early on cut back on screens.
It was early in the crunchy journey.
Yeah.
We were doing some screen time. We never thought it was...
Not much, like 30 minutes a day or something.
Yeah.
But he has a tendency to just like really crave it, and then every time I would turn it off there would be a huge meltdown, and then the next morning it would be like, when can I watch my episode, when can I watch my and I'm like, okay, this is like controlling your thoughts
right
outside of it. We're done. So we just cut it out and then introduced the Friday night thing,
which just seemed to work.
Yeah.
Except our Fridays, like, it gets a little, like, can't wait till the movie on Friday.
I know.
Can't wait till the movie
We're
on
at Forest Friends on Friday, and he's telling people about what movie he's going to watch. And I'm like, we don't even, like,
oh, really?
Yes. He's
I didn't
like,
know that.
Can we get home so we can watch the movie? Can we go ahead? And I'm like, please stop.
Yeah.
So part of me wants to just get rid of it all. And there are families that do that, and I think it is viable. Like, I think you can do that.
I admire those families so much.
We could, Jason, we're not that far removed from that.
To get rid of those Friday nights, that would be something.
You want that?
No.
Then let's pursue that. The reason I haven't pursued that is because, and I've said something like this before, I don't want to starve my children of everything. So I got to give a little.
I think that's the biggest danger.
I don't want them to get out of the house and then be like, oh, I was never allowed to watch anything. And then they just become couch potatoes because they wanted to and we didn't let it happen.
I guess that's the ultimate question. It's like, so there's a spiritual aspect to this, and there's just a regular parent aspect to this, spiritual or not, where if at all you want to not raise your kids as the culture is raising, you're for lack of a better term, somewhat countercultural people, approaching childhood, your children, is weird, because once they become adults, they decide to do what they want to do, and there's a high chance that if you are just anti everything that has to do with our culture today, then they completely rebel against you.
Well, I think that's why it's so important that in every rule that you have, or every cultural tendency within your family, you have a rationale as to why you do those things.
Interesting.
So you can say, like, we don't do a lot of screen time first because it's not good for your brain. It causes like huge amounts of dopamine, which is this thing that makes you feel good, but then
this
you
really
like
works
start
for
to
our
crave
5-year-old.
Actually, out of the two,
I know.
our 5-year-old would be more like he loves explanations and reasoning,
That's
and he's
I was
a very
saying that
logical
for effect,
kid. I
more
know,
so than
I know, but no, I mean, I don't use that language with the kids, but I say it's not good for your brain. You could be doing something more productive with your time. We're not just going to waste our time like that. And I don't know what else I say, but I think if you just explain the reasoning behind something, then that gives the kid, knowledge is power in some ways.
Right.
Not like our last episode, we talked about how it's a burden, but
it's a burden and a power. Yeah.
So I think that's what's important. And I do think being a little flexible, like, we got our now 8-year-old a hoverboard for his birthday. And I was like kind of against it. I did not like this idea. Because if he's going to be outside, he could be running.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be like using his body.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the idea of him just standing on this thing. So then I kind of looked up like the benefits so that I could feel better about my decision.
What can make me feel okay with this?
Seriously, it's really good for your balance, core strength. However, he fell, busted his hands, and hasn't really been that interested. And I'm okay with it.
Then there's this other side where you want them to like, hey, pick yourself back up, get back on it.
But with that one, I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I did buy him some gloves to wear.
Yeah. Well, you at least gave him the option.
Polyester. I know.
Or what are you going to get him? Like wool gloves in the middle of the summer to like go out onto your hoverboard.
But at least I gave a little. I didn't really want to give him a hoverboard, but that's what he really wanted because he saw it at his friend's house when we went over there for a play date.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like when it boiled down to it, what is the harm? Because it's something the battery can die, and so he's not going to be on it all the time, so I think with screen time, that's why we've chosen to give a little. Because I don't just want my kids to feel like they've been deprived of everything. And like growing up, I didn't have cable. So I watched a lot of TV.
A lot of
Becker,
PBS Kids.
What was that show?
Cheers?
Yeah, I watched Cheers. But no, I was thinking about the PBS Kids shows that I watched.
Arthur.
Clifford. I was watching PBS Kids way too long. Because like we didn't have any other options.
The opposite effect of the
I'm like
educational
a freshman
value.
in high school. Like
oh, I thought you meant like too much during the day.
No,
you're like in high school watching PBS Kids.
Clifford.
That's weird.
Kind of looking forward to what is the one that I loved about math.
Oh,
I did really well in algebra, and I'm like giving credit to this math show. What was it?
I don't know.
Cyber Chase.
Oh, wow. Okay. Never saw that one. I was watching Doug. Chase.
No, so I had brothers that were much younger than me, so I could just kind of be like, oh, we're going to watch Cyber Chase for them.
You're a freshman in high school watching Cyber Chase?
Yeah.
And that's where you learned your basic math?
Yeah.
To prepare
probably.
for algebra?
Anyway, I watched. Did you not know this about me?
No, I did not. This is brand new to me.
Oh.
Absolutely. Did not know you watched PBS Kids until high school. Through high school.
Yeah, through high school.
Through the guise of
I had a
watching
brother
your little brothers.
who was 6 when I graduated high school. So, I mean...
Move over, that's my seat. I want to watch it.
No, more like, hey, buddy, you want to sit in my lap?
Cyber Chase is on.
I guess I'll watch this. Darn.
No, I was watching Twaddle.
I didn't have cable, Jason. I didn't have anything. And I felt deprived. I did. I felt like I can't understand any of these references that my peers are making. I don't get.
That's what's annoying
that
about
kind of is happening right now. We just joined a homeschool co-op. My older son loves it, but he said to me, Mom, I kind of feel alone at homeschool co-op because all the kids talk about is Pokemon and Minecraft, and I don't know anything about those things. And so I got to figure it out so that I can be their friend. And that really broke my heart.
That destroys me on the inside.
I know, but I really don't want to go down the Pokemon rabbit hole.
I don't know anything. See, I never got into Pokemon when I was a kid. Like, I don't know anything about it.
I never got into
rabbit
it.
hole. I don't really understand, like, what's the big deal about, other than, I don't know, somebody said this, like, demonic or something back in the day. I don't think that that's the case.
I don't think that's the case either, but I also don't want to pick up all those cards.
Okay, well, Yeah, and that's what I'm asking. Is it just a card game? Or I mean, I know there's video games. I understand that.
It's like
but
the monster has little
monster.
It's a pocket monster. I think.
Yeah,
that's
I understand but I get it. I'm not complete out.
Okay,
like
so they have different abilities.
I know what Pokemon are. I'm just saying, like,
you're like wanting me to explain.
No, I'm saying like getting into it other than video games and
you can
cards.
battle.
Yeah, let your kid get into Pokemon. I say as the father of the child, like
so, like how do I
see. I understand.
do that?
I understand not doing Minecraft. See, I actually looked this up, and I don't have it in front of me. Yes, I did. So there are benefits for sorry if your kids are in the car and you don't let them play video games, it might be a good idea to turn it off for a minute and listen later. There are benefits to Minecraft for children.
Building mathematical.
You're building your,
I don't even know. I know it's all blocks.
Well, you build a world. You can build anything, really, within the world.
Isn't it dangerous? Like,
yes. Okay. There are negatives. There are also negatives. Now you can turn it back on. Turn it up a little bit. Turn the volume up. The kids. There are a lot of negatives to Minecraft. No. So yes, obviously privacy is a problem. People getting on and talking. If you're doing the online, you can also not do it online. You can do a local game. You don't have to be online. I don't think. I've never played it. I don't know. But like, so anyway, it helps kids problem solve. It lets them do these different kinds of things. There have been benefits, but there's also when you're on it too long, too much dopamine, too much going on. Like you're finished and you feel like, ugh, what is real life? This isn't fun.
Yeah.
This isn't fast. This isn't. And so that's just the whole video game. Like it's not Minecraft for us. It's nothing. It's Minecraft. It's really like, do we really want to put our kids onto video games?
Mm-hmm.
That's like
not yet. For me, they're still so little, and they're still
I think it's a no-brainer
playing.
For such a young child.
I think they can do problem solving in the real world right now.
But
they
that's
have
not
more opportunities.
Cool when their friends are doing it on a virtual world.
I know.
That's the big issue. It's like, what do you do?
For our family, I know it would just be more of a struggle to allow it. And then it's like, now it's a point of contention because
it becomes all they think about.
Yeah. Ours. Anyway.
Yeah, it becomes.
And I think certain kids are just wired that way. They crave input and dopamine. That's how our older son is. He craves input.
Yeah.
He even craves like as much as an audiobook or a read aloud. Like,
yeah,
he wants that so bad,
and we there's plenty we allow.
Yeah,
obviously, and that we do actively.
Yeah, but
and he wants me to hang out with him all the time. My gosh, it's like, come on. No, I'm kidding. I love hanging out with him. Anyway, yeah. So that's a weird one.
Even in real life, like. He gets to the point when we're having a really positive experience that he starts dreading the end of it and wanting to know, will we ever come back? Can we ever be here again? What?
See, now it sounds like we're just failing as parents.
No,
like we haven't.
I didn't. And that's where I did. Was that the last episode? I said everything's always my fault because I'm wondering what I did wrong. Yeah. Where did I mess up? Why is he living in this world of scarcity?
Yeah. But again, you can't discount just people's personalities and the types of brains that people have. I mean, yes, I understand.
And I've done basically the exact same thing with our 5-year-old, and he's not like that.
Not at all. Yeah.
So,
it's so interesting having, you kind of, before you have kids, you had younger brothers, so you saw them raised before. I didn't have that. I was the youngest. So these are my first kids to ever be around when I wasn't a kid.
Right.
In terms of just growing up.
Well, you had nephews, but it was like 1 hour at a time.
Sure. Yeah. It's just a completely different relationship. And so when you from my perspective, you kind of see kids grow up as just a kid. You don't take into account that every kid is so different.
Right.
And it's just, that is really, it just as a dad and as a person who's never understood kids.
I think you still struggle to understand what should be expected of children.
Yeah, I definitely struggle with that. Yeah.
Because they're kids.
I feel like they have, sometimes I find myself acting like they have the mentality of like a 15-year-old. Which actually, talking to some parents with teenagers, they would tell you that they were way more rational at 8 than they are at 15. So the teenage years are going to be a wild ride for us.
Great, though. Good.
Yeah,
We're building a solid foundation here, Jason.
And that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping is that that we are making decisions now that I'm hoping pay off in the end. You don't know. Right. Nobody knows in the beginning. And so I do know this, that if you raise your kid, the first thing you hand them after they're off the bottle is an iPad, you're going to raise...
Why did you say that so hatefully?
Because I can.
That was so rude.
Well, they're going to grow up
influenced by whatever they're viewing.
It's fairly predictable how they're going to be.
Yeah.
And, they're going to be screen-addicted pea-zombies. You should not give... Okay, look. Ages 0
to 2
to 18 months,
it was 2.
No screens.
Right.
None. Maybe, at most, a video chat with grandma.
Yeah.
Like, at most.
Yes.
0 to 18 months or 2 years, depending on who you ask. Ages 2 to 5, no more than an hour per day, which that would be a lot for us. But, they get...
Well, families have different situations. So
True.
I think sometimes people have to rely on screens. We have used screens before. We had a meeting with our publisher and our kids were having a hard time.
Yeah.
Struggling. And it was like, we have to go to this meeting. I have to leave right now.
Yeah. Those bigger, important meetings where it's just like, there's no chance of a child not coming in screaming.
Yeah.
Half naked in the video chat. Like, okay.
Sorry, podcast listeners. Our kids actually barge in all the time.
I do edit those out.
Edits it out.
It hasn't actually happened today.
Not
surprisingly.
Today. Yeah.
But yeah. Too much screen time for children. I mean, we're looking at if you're handing those kids an iPad, which it just happens. There's often delayed language development, attention problems, reduced executive function, poor sleep quality, obesity risk, vision strain, less parent-child interaction, obviously. That's just going to happen.
Did you use my book as a...
I did.
No, you didn't.
I just read through your book. Aggression, irritability, managing emotions, lower school readiness, and also lower homeschool readiness. Yeah.
I had a friend who used to be an educator and in the school system, public school system. And she said that teachers are seeing a drastic difference now in children, like before iPads were so popular versus now. So like she is validating the kids' readiness. She's like, these kids are just so reactive. They're just like, I'm thirsty.
Well, I imagine there's not much patience.
Right.
Right.
They haven't stretched that muscle.
There's no, in a game, there's no
instant
waiting.
Gratification.
There's never any waiting.
She said like the level of truly potty trained has gone down.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kids are just like
peeing all over the place.
Right.
Wow.
Like actually, because
really,
and this is just from this teacher who is her friend.
No, I think
telling her
represents the entire population.
It just seems like that has to be part of it. Like there's just been a huge shift since there's been a heavier reliance on screens.
Well, these kids that aren't even in school yet they're spending more time with a screen in front of them than a human being.
Yeah, and with like sound effects and added effects.
Real life doesn't have sound effects.
Even
not
if
like that.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna break out in song.
Yeah.
It would be hard to go from that to a teacher in a classroom.
Oh my
who's helping other children, who, like, if you really think about it, it's not the kid's fault.
No, of course it's not the kid's
But
fault. It's the parents' fault.
They are going, I feel it. I feel sometimes when I've been on my phone too much, like,
impatience with your husband?
yes. Or just like this.
You want me to start doing sound effects?
What is this sock pile? This isn't beautiful.
It's hidden.
It's just hard to be back in reality.
Yeah.
It's hard. And so, like, I feel for those kids who didn't have the choice, and then they, like,
Well, that is their reality.
yeah.
If they're spending more time on their screens than they are interacting with human beings, their reality is whatever's on the screen, whether it's a movie or a video game. And if it's a video game, they expect reality, real reality, to act like it, and it doesn't. Like, what the heck is this world?
Yeah.
If you live in a video game and you come out and like to school or to your yard, like, what is this?
Yeah.
Nothing's coming up out of the ground. I'm supposed to attack it.
I mean, some kids, like, I could see our 5-year-old being able to cope a little better. Like, okay, we're going to do this for 30 minutes.
Not if you raised him on an iPad.
Yeah, I'm just saying some families, it works for them to have that limited amount of exposure on a daily basis.
Okay, I thought you meant like raising the kids on.
No. I'm saying, so I don't think you can make a blanket statement like all screen time is evil.
I didn't say that.
I know. I
don't think that.
I'm covering our bases here, Jason. I'm trying to be diplomatic.
No, I just think that a lot of parents probably suffer from the same things since smartphones and iPads and everything.
Right.
And so they hand it off to their kids, and so that they can not have to deal with reality.
But even
it goes both ways.
Yeah, totally.
Adults are just as bad. They just weren't raised that way. I mean, they're starting to have been.
Yeah.
We're not quite there yet. I mean, we are with some, but like we're not fully into the adult world having been raised completely on screens. I am worried about our kids' generation when they are adults. I wonder, are they going to be like so much ahead in the world because they can cope with impatience, or with patience? They can have patience.
Yeah.
They can cope with the world around them, or are they going to be?
They've developed emotional skills and peer relations,
and so the hope is that they can cope well in the world that they are presented with. But if 95% of their peers are these psycho people who have zero patience, expect things to come out of the ground and everybody to burst out into song, well, then what kind of world are they living in? Or are they like not able to cope because everybody else is just crazy?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Who knows? There's no way to, but that's not like an excuse to like put your kids on an iPad. I'm not saying that, but what is that world like? We're not going to be doing well in our 80s. They're like, we are not taking care of you. You are too much. Like, could you get me a glass of water? Get up and get it yourself. I'm on my phone. I don't know. Or no, I'm on my hologram or whatever.
You're losing me.
You don't get it? They have no patience with us as old people.
Okay, I've got it.
So because they didn't ever develop patience.
I see.
So we're all just going to...
Or we could probably just get up and get ourselves some water. Hopefully. That's the hope.
Not with my hip dysplasia. Is that
You
only
a
in
dog?
dogs? I didn't take my glue, whatever.
I actually don't know if that... Can that apply to humans? I mean, people have to get hip replacements. Is it from hip dysplasia?
I just used what Winnie had. Poor Winnie. Anyway, I don't know. So I do worry about that. So it's like a double worry. I want our kids to fit in now. Fit in. I don't want them to fit in the sense of like I care about those people. Like I don't. I want them to not feel like outcasts.
Sure. We just went to a birthday party, and our kids look pretty homeschooled.
What are you saying? No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They wear hand-me-down clothes that are, not the most
She
stylish.
says this as though they shop for themselves.
Yeah, I know. I buy it.
You could remedy that if that's not what you want them to look like.
I like them looking like 90s kids.
Okay.
I want them to look like that.
You're not
I
helping
think it's
this
cute.
whole argument thing at all.
I love...
You're not helping my case.
Okay, I'm just saying I noticed a clear difference between them and the other children. They were the only homeschooled children at this party. I could see a clear difference
in what way?
How they dressed.
Uh-huh.
And at this age, nobody's noticing that. And sort of how they were acting. And it's happened before at parties where we were among mostly kids who are not homeschooled. There was like a book reading once, and our kids were the only ones who sat down to listen to the person reading the book while the other kids were like running wild. And I'm not saying that it's a public school versus homeschool thing, but it was a moment of like, I mean, I feel some pride here. My kids are sitting and listening to the read aloud.
I'm not saying correlation is equal to causation, but
no, like even at the party, it was like pretty rowdy, and our kids are like waiting to hear the instructions, and kind of getting like left behind a little.
Yeah. Because
they're not just, I don't know.
The kids literally, not ours, ran to the activity and just started like a bunch of monkeys, just went crazy as soon as they got their little cards at this birthday party to go play games. And our kids were definitely like, all right, what
should we do?
What should we do now?
How can we
hold my hand, Mommy?
No,
I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's a joke.
I mean, we did hang out with them the whole time they were with us and not other kids.
Because we were going to the go-karts and we had to ride with them because they're too young.
Yeah.
So that's why. Well, I don't like the part where they like are so obviously looking different. Like, again, I don't care about how other people look, but like, again, it's more about the child's psychology.
I want
and them feeling
so
weird.
If they had, I don't think they feel weird. I don't think our kids even notice at this point. And when they notice, I want them to develop their own sense of style, and they can tell me what they prefer. I mean,
Mommy, why do I have socks up to my knees
Mommy.
when I'm wearing shorts?
I don't even like putting them in socks, so it's not really like...
Why did you give me a hat with one of those twirly birds at the top? Because I just want you to
think
look...
naturally there comes a difference.
Yeah.
Especially when you're
Great message, Emily.
by...
Great message. Keep your kids off screens. They'll be total freaks.
I don't know what to say.
He walks up to one of the kids at the party. Have you ever dissected a walnut?
Pecan.
Okay,
well, thanks, Jason.
I don't know. Like, this was not the takeaway I was thinking we would have.
I don't want them to be outcasts or weird, but I think there just comes a difference whenever you're influenced by peers versus forging your own path, or your parents are influencing.
No, I agree. I think you don't want them to be outcast, but at the same time, you want them to be their own person.
Yeah.
You want them to be their own person.
And I think the more you introduce screens, the less they can be their own person, because they don't have the time to develop those traits.
I agree.
Like the individuality. What are their interests? What do they want to explore? What do they want to learn? What do they want, to get into? What kind of interests? And if you're consuming rather than creating, how can you know that?
Right.
And whenever my kids get to the end of their childhood, I want them to look back and think like, look at all the things I did. Look at all I learned. Not look at everything I watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are some good things. I know, like, I have a friend who lets her kid watch this YouTube show, Ninja Kids. I don't know what it is. I can't recommend it.
The Three Ninjas?
I don't know. It's these kids who do like Ninja Warrior type stuff, I think.
That's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Okay,
Emily.
but her kid can run at a door and run up the door and flip over. And he got that from watching these ninja kids. So, like, you can, what? Can you do that? It's amazing. I am super impressed.
Oh my
I've pulled up that video. What?
The takeaway there. He can run out a door and flip.
Run up the wall and backflip. That's cool. Okay, so
That's
like
the most homeschool thing I've ever heard in my life.
sometimes you can watch something and then have a takeaway and then pursue something is what I'm trying to say.
I know.
But sometimes kids are just sitting there and binge watching the Ninja Kids and never like taking action on it, you know?
Yeah, I guess if you're going to have some, screen time, moderate screen time throughout the week or whatever, the quality, it matters what type of content they're consuming and what can you then do with it? How can you apply what you see to real life, like running to a wall and trying to flip? Or
maybe I should ask her if I can post that in the description so that people can know what I'm talking about.
I think it's obvious. I'm not making fun. I just think it's the way it's presented sounds funny. It sounded funny.
Oh,
it's funny to me.
I'm just saying.
I like it. I wish I could do that.
I think families can, without being Amish, go screen free.
Nothing wrong with the Amish.
And I don't think
very happy
that it's
people. In case they're listening.
I don't think that it's an issue. To answer your question in the beginning, I think that it is completely viable, completely doable to cut out all screens, be a screen-free family for the most part, aside from the parents, whatever they need to do on screens.
Sure.
I don't think you can live in this world without them at this point.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that crazy to think of being a screen-free family. You asked that. Like, I don't think it makes you totally weird or different coming from the person who's weird or different.
It definitely makes you totally different. I mean, that's a different path. If you're talking about what's normal in today's society, that's just a completely different path.
So you think we're on a different path?
Sure. Yeah, what do you mean? Of course we are.
I guess I just forget. I don't always know what.
Most of the world does not live as we do. I can tell you that. Goodness. Almost nobody in the grand scope of things. It's why you're doing well on the internet, Emily. People are like, look at those crazy people. I wouldn't want to live that way.
Huh.
But if you love these crazy people, you'd leave a review if you haven't. Because if you haven't, then what are you even doing here? This is a good use of screen time.
Oh.
Hitting that 5-star.
Yeah.
Writing a review on Apple. That'd be great. Hey, one quick thing. We are going to the Wellness Collective. As far as I know, there's still tickets left for day
Wednesday,
2.
Yeah.
Day 2. And there's online tickets.
Is it Thursday?
I'm
Why
not
did
sure.
I throw a day out there?
I don't know.
Day 2.
Fries Day. Yes, one of the days is still open on their website, and the link is in the description. Also, the week after that.
Right. The weekend of Halloween,
Cultivate.
October 31st.
Homestead Retreat.
Cultivate. It's not, you don't have to be a homesteader to go.
Right.
But it's sort of like a slow living thing. They have workshops like knitting or basket weaving or natural dyeing. All these, it is one of the most beautiful events I've ever attended. Like when you go to eat the
Both
meals.
events, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for the Cultivate, when you go to eat the meals, like you use real silverware and cloth napkins and real plates. And it feels special when you're at a big thing like that.
Yeah.
But they're still taking the time to do that. And like the food is homemade, real good. Like they're serving yogurt. Somebody made that yogurt.
Yeah.
Not an assembly line somebody.
Just hope everybody's a good cook.
It was delicious last year. So I'm really looking forward to it. Even if just for the food.
Nice.
But everything else was totally amazing and inspiring and I loved it. But yeah.
So hang
Check
out
it out.
with me and Emily at the Wellness Collective, and hang out with Emily only, and then other cool people at Cultivate Homestead Retreat.
Right. Check it out.
Thank you for listening to today's bonus episode of the Really Very Crunchy podcast. We'll see you next week.
See ya.